we're going to be demonstrating the Roto Trim Model 272. This machine is not a machine that you will find in the field because it's a benchtop machine that we use for testing here at Rotoform. It has been stripped down. It has no permanent electronics, no guarding, no shielding, no sheet metal, and it's not in the finished condition. However, it's great for visibility for someone who has not seen the machine work to see how it relates to trimming the board. What I'm holding in my hand is a circuit board from one of our customers. As you can see it, he must make exit signs. I assume he also makes enter signs, but I don't know about that. This is one of his boards, and the components, some of them have been trimmed partially, some have not. The wire diameters on this board, the majority of the wire diameters are about 22 thousandths in diameter. There are about a half a dozen wires that are about 35 thousandths in diameter. That means that any of the cutters that Rotoform makes can trim this board satisfactorily. Here's how you load it into the machine. Once the machine has been leveled and set up, you insert the board in the back rail and let it rest there, like so. Drop it down to the front rail, open the vise jaws, and clamp the board in. Then you want to press on all corners to make sure that the board is actually being held, and then you're ready to trim. Since some of the leads have already been trimmed to about 45 thousandths height from the board, I've lowered the trim this morning and we'll be trimming at about 25 thousandths above the board. One of the critical things one wants to do in setting up the machine is to make sure that the board is level all the way across. If the board sags or is bowed, then obviously the cutting height, the finished cutting height of the lead will be longer or shorter in that area than the rest of the board. And this one is pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's about 10 thousandths out, which you will not see in the finished trim. So we're going to start the machine. And when we trim, we simply just go straight across the board. Let the machine do the work. Now that's all of the board that we're going to trim today, simply because this is the only board that we have. The speed of cutting across the board can vary. Usually the guidelines that we give to a new customer is to let the cutter do the work. Don't force it so quickly across the board that you might tend to lay over the wires. However, when I go into production shops, people are just running wild with these things and doing very well. But still, we say, don't let the cutter do the work. Thank you.